Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T. Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Can't wait for you to meet Miss T. She is the T in T.
Yes, Miles, and then we'll come to you, sweetie. I saw you. After Miles. Sure.
I know we see these kids once each week, but it's an hour. And I feel like when I start to get them, that hour is up, and then next week it's kind of like a restart every time. And I know like dance is probably easier than you guys music.
It's all easy.
Yeah, yes. But to get them to memorize technical terms or understanding important pieces of work together, how would you structure that in that hour to get them to?
Okay, so I want you to remember one word, scaffolding. Scaffolding. Okay, so just write that word down. But before I answer your question, I want to paint a picture for you. You think you're dealing with kids that's not smart. So let me dispel that for you really quickly. The kids that you are educating and entertaining today have access to everything. They're already using the technology you're using to teach them, and chances are they're probably a little more skilled than you at using them because it's their everyday tool. Kids are not reading books, they're watching videos. Kids are not being babysat by people, they're being babysat by iPhones. So the first thing you have to toss out of your mental Rolodex is the fact that these kids need you to teach them. They don't. They are all over this without you, without me, without Studio T. They can get this from TikTok. So just know that. Your job is to take what they already know and who they are and scale up from there. So I think sometimes we start too basic, where you can't build fast enough, and it becomes frustrating for the teacher and for the student. Don't start at zero. Did I start at zero today with any of you? No, cold water in the face, let's rock. Everybody sober, let's go. So when you come into a classroom, or when they're coming into your classroom, or when you're greeting them outside as they're coming in, ask them questions. Hey, y'all remember that thing that we did last week? We're going to start right off the top of that. Tell me 2 things you remember. Boom. Hey, that's right. Boom. Hey, okay, now come on, gather around. You grab the phone, you grab the cables. Let's get this thing started. Start at 90 miles an hour. Because you'll have their attention, and you'll have their interest, and you'll force curiosity. You ease into it. No kid today eases into anything. Everything in their world happens in 8 seconds. And if you can't grip them in 8 seconds, and it's fast, click, 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 click. So you got to feed them that way, because that's what they're accustomed to. Now, if you lose one along the way, you just give them the opportunity to ask questions. And I don't ever leave a student, a workshop, a keynote without giving folks homework. It is my expectation that you continue to grow beyond this moment. I only get 1 hour of 1 week with you. Do not come back here not knowing. You're going to have to deal with T. And guess what? You want to make it a point to never have to deal with T. Because if you don't study this, one of y'all going to teach it next week. And I don't know who the person is that's going to lead the class, but you better be ready. Didn't y'all do your homework, do your assignments, do your routines? Come up with the stuff. You want to give them the challenge that's going to make them develop themselves. They have the capacity to do that. You're the expert. Your job is to hone them and polish them. Does that make sense? It's not your job to spoon feed them. They don't need Gerber. They need a steak. Make them chew on that thing and chew on that thing and chew on that thing and chew on that thing until they can digest it. But giving them Gerber, what happens when you give a baby Gerber peas? They spit it back in your face. Like, bah! Ah! It's the same with the kids that you're dealing with today. They consume information way faster than you do. That's how they learn, in 8 seconds. Bop, just like that. So if you don't give them something to make them go,
That's a well done statement.
my point. You got to give them the stuff that causes them to chew and chew and chew and chew. And most often how I get people to do that is I'll demonstrate something real hard. You got to flex on them. Show them that little dream picture you made. Hey, y'all. This is the before, this is the after. You want to do this? Make a lot of money. This money right here, this costs thousands of dollars. People pay you for this. You know that? Guess what my hourly rate is? Guess what I get for an hour of my time? You got to show them the evidence of success. Again, before we even started dancing and the music was on the clay, you didn't see me doing my little stuff? This my part, ba ba. Wait. Get it? Get it. Before I ever did a 5, 6, 7, 8, I was already demonstrating. I was demonstrating my level. I was demonstrating my expertise. And I was demonstrating that I have the right to lead you. You got to flex, baby. You got to make them want to be you and know what you know. And you're dealing with kids today who they could take it. So when you come into a space, you don't got to, you charge them. This is you. You chew on, hey, when you guys come back, I need you, and I don't know. I just need to see if you make them make something and show it to you. They got their mama's cell phones and they all got iPads. Bring in your projects, demonstrating this. I want to see it, and we're gonna do a little competition. Whoever got the best of the best in the West, 2-pound bag of Skittles. Who's ready? 2 pound, 2 pound. Say heck of Skittles, dude. Do your homework. Does that help you, honey? And again, that's just my vernacular. That's how I talk, because that's how I am. That's where I'm from. So I'm anti-T to everybody. But you don't have to talk like me to get the same outcomes. You just have to be aware that you're the leader. And it's not their job to conform. It's your job to transform, which means you have to transform first. You have to be the creative one first. You have to be the bold one first. You have to be the smart one first. And you have to be smarter than these smart kids.